What is good, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Good to have you along. So we're going to be playing some unexplored world today. On this map, you have all the different countries from Geoguessr, which are not normally included in the world map that we normally play. So you have all kinds of countries like Zambia or Paraguay or Costa Rica outside of San Jose or anything like that. And so it's a really good one, and I think we're going to have good fun playing along, so hit the links in the description to play beforehand, and that way you can see what I end up doing in comparison to you as the video progresses. Also, before I start, I want to let you know about two things. One, I got a new Instagram post, go follow your boy and give me a like over there. And also, I'm going to be streaming a bit this week. My sister's out of town, and normally I keep her up if I'm up late at night, so if you're a European or Australian or Asian, I should be streaming at a good time for you, and yeah, should be good fun, so give me a follow over there. I'm going to be streaming tonight, but that is just before this video came out, so you can go watch the VOD as well if you're just watching the video now and you missed the stream. Alright, first location of the day, a rather poor quality one, that's for sure. We appear to be driving right-hand side of the road. It should be somewhere in Africa as well. Immediately Somalia came to mind here, because it kind of reminded me a little bit of Kenya, but a bit drier. So that's what came to mind first, although I could see West Africa easily here. Interesting, the trees are painted white at the bottom here. I'm not really sure what that would mean, but I'm sure it would help with the country if I had more knowledge. Kind of a sandy soil, so I'm actually maybe thinking even Southern Sahara, like Niger or something like that is even possible here, or maybe Chad. For some reason, Chad came to mind here. I don't know, maybe that would make sense more so. Walls around the buildings also feel quite West African, but look at this. We've got some Cyrillic here. Now, I'm looking at this word, it looks like it starts with a J. My thought is, could it be Juba? Could it be Juba? I feel like Juba would be greener than this, that's the problem, but it kind of looks like it might say Juba. Also, I don't think we'd have Arabic in Juba, so maybe this is a poor choice, but even though the word really looks like it kind of has that same outline, I can definitely say it says University of, I would say it looks like Juba, but I have to go away from it. I'm going to go for Chad, because you actually do see some Arabic there. Can we see any similar words elsewhere? No. Yeah, I'm feeling good about Chad or Sudan here. Or maybe it could be Sudan, because they used to be part of the same country. Maybe it's like a leftover somehow. Oh no, we do have some Arabic over here. Okay, at least on the border. Okay, well, I'm going to go for Chad anyway, but I think it's going to be Chad or Sudan here. We'll see. Ends up being in Juba itself. No. What? I was so sure that they wouldn't be using Arabic there, but I'm wrong. I guess because in the north they would be using Arabic, that's why. But it's such a tragedy that I actually had the right read, literally, but couldn't make the most of it. Unfortunate indeed. Okay, this one, hopefully some of you guys saw that. This one is interesting. Should be West Africa again, I would say. And so this gentleman, yeah, he looks quite West African. Okay, we got the orange number plates. That means we should be in Cameroon. So let me know if you guys knew that in the comments. But yeah, that is a nice tip for Cameroon. One of the only countries in the world that I can think of that uses any orange number plates, and they use quite a lot of them. So that's what they look like there. And so could we have worked this out otherwise? Orange money? Even they like Orange Money, the company. Trying to work out if there was actually any French here or anything that could have helped us out. But yeah, I don't know. So lots of palms. Feels maybe a bit more coastal this time. I'm thinking of going in Douala, or maybe somewhere near the coast. That kind of feels right to me. High rainfall area perhaps, so maybe some hills nearby. Yeah, that would make sense. Maybe in this one. Might go for that one. No. I'm gonna go for this one instead, actually. But do we see any elevation, actually, before I make that guess? No, we don't see any, but I still kind of like that. I do think we're gonna be on this half of the country, so let's see if I'm right. Yeah, ends up being a good switch. Ends up being down here. Okay, so 4.5, we'll take that for sure. Next one here looks like the Middle East. We have white number plates here. Could it be Africa, actually? It looks like we have a yellow outside line here, in the way that you might see in, well, for example, Zimbabwe or something like that. I think Zimbabwe is another country, or Namibia also use yellow outside lines. Maybe, does Zimbabwe use yellow outside lines? I think they do, honestly. I'm pretty sure they do. This Google car, sometimes, I mean, not Google car, but this car, like there is like a pattern for Zimbabwe. I kind of like that, honestly. The climate probably fits a little bit better for Zimbabwe, I would say. Kind of a bit greener than what you would see in Namibia, I would say, with all this grass around. I mean, there's at least some grass over here. But I could be wrong. A lot of four-wheel drives and like kind of Japanese pickup trucks, which you often see in Africa as well. So definitely Africa. I like a baobab tree here as well. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's going to be one of the two, and I think I would lean Zimbabwe here. So let's find out if I'm right. Ends up being actually in Mozambique. Okay. That was tough. We still got a good score. Neighboring country. Was driving left, so I don't even properly consider Mozambique, and I'm trying to think if there would have been anything to get me there, but I don't think there was, so we'll take Zimbabwe, that's fine. This one is interesting, like the Coco's healing car here. We're driving right. It honestly looks a bit European, so I'm trying to figure out where exactly we would be with a landscape like this. You know, it reminded me of, I must say it reminded me of Romania, so I was wondering if Moldova might actually be a good shout here. Moldova's fairly hilly. Moldova is fairly hilly, but you do get flat sections as well, so, yeah, maybe like a northern Moldova here could work. Or like a southern, actually, maybe. Feels fairly, like, dry. It almost reminds me of Australia, but look at these houses here. It's not going to be Moldova. Driving right, it's a very good quality road for Africa, but these houses here kind of do feel African, so maybe a North African country of some kind? I could see that. I don't think it's Egypt, but where would it be? Because I must say, it felt like, it does feel rather European, even still as I look at it. Yeah, we've got wind turbines over here, so maybe some of the traditional housing over here could just be, I don't know. This run's not making a lot of sense to me in totality. I don't know. It almost feels Australian as well, which is the strange thing. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, with 47 seconds to go, we can still consider this nicely. Definitely driving right. Huh. It's just properly confusing. I mean, I can't really tell. The only houses I can see are really throwing me off. Which is just, yeah, it's just a strange round. So I feel like maybe even something out here, but why would we have these yurt-looking houses? Moldova or Algeria? Could it be Algeria? I kind of prefer Algeria just for those houses, man. I really don't want to make a bad switch, though. You know what? I'm going to go for Algeria here. This might be a bad guess, but I feel like it's just a little more likely. So, we'll see. And it was in Ethiopia. That was a really nice road for Africa, actually. So, like, I was impressed with that route, and actually a really nice landscape. And here's the thing: with all these mountains in Ethiopia, you kind of get like these kind of like you can see kind of like a rain shadow or something like that through the green area. And so it was a bit drier than I expected for Ethiopia. Almost like felt like an Australian type of climate there. So yeah, an interesting round. But at least we got the right continent in the end. Okay, this one TK. 468 TK, huh? Nanton's building. What do we got here? Dickies, so okay, some American brands. We appear to be driving left. That's very useful. Supermarket. Better bargains, okay. I would say, I'm really thinking this is Caribbean, but I suppose, I mean, these people look of African descent, I would say. I suppose that it is still possible that we are somewhere over in Polynesia or Micronesia or something, but this guy's got a Rastafarian hat. I know for a fact that it's not only Jamaica where you get Rastafarians in the Caribbean. In fact, a lot of the countries around the Caribbean have significant Rastafarian populations. So, I would say we're somewhere like there, hilly. It could be Jamaica. I think Jamaica does use black number plates, but I feel like they would probably have more than 5 digits or numerals. So that is my thought here. So I was maybe thinking Trinidad, Bridgetown. I like Bridgetown, Barbados here, honestly. I do like that. The hills that we have are over to our north. So yeah, Bridgetown could make sense for that, honestly. I do not hate that. Well, maybe it's a little flat. We do have hills, but I think it's a little flat. Okay. Maybe Port of Spain actually makes more sense then. We do have proper hills to the north in that city. So might go for that instead, but maybe Kingston is just the play instead as well. You also have hills to the north there. So last 19 seconds here. Seems like to the south we have coast. I don't know. I feel better about Trinidad and Tobago here despite a lot of American influence. So I'm going to try it. Let's see. And it was actually in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in Kingston, but not the Kingstown in Jamaica, of course, spelled differently. And so 11,500. You know, for what it was, that was a difficult seed. Now, had I gotten the South Sudan, we would have been on 16k, which would have been a much more respectable score. But 11k is still fine. No doubt many of you beat me though with that poor Sudan and poor Algeria rounds. But let's get into the second seed here. Should be good fun. I mean, I really like this map a lot. So and we've had some unique rounds in this episode. That's one thing I'll say about how it's gone so far. Okay, this one looks like Cyprus immediately. We've got like a tall Greek-style pole here. And yep, here we have some Greek language. And we're driving left. And so there's not much else to say here. I'm going to go for Cyprus. And whereabouts is the question now. In the Greek section, probably. Although, I mean, I guess you have Greek all over it. Just the Turkish occupied, I guess. I'm still going to go over in the Greek half here. Greek-British half. And so it's fairly hilly, but not too hilly. So maybe just in the center hedge, near Nicosia, maybe. Seri, maybe. Or maybe even one of these coastal. It kind of feels coastal. I don't know. Maybe one of the coastal towns would fit better. No, I'm going to hedge in the middle. I want those guaranteed points, you know? And so it was actually just in this city here, the capital of the British sector, I guess. So, yeah, kind of, I guess. I don't really know too much about Cyprus, but yeah, we'll take that. It's a good score. All right, bollards are looking Middle Eastern, I would say. Or maybe even, well, maybe South America. We have too many South American countries covered. So with the yellow outside line here, I definitely do like Middle East. And these like European-style bollards that almost look like Greek-style bollards, if I had to say anything. But, okay, it's flat. So it can't be Jordan or Israel, presumably. It could be like Egypt. I don't know if Egypt uses yellow outside lines, but I'm pretty sure Lebanon does, or Syria. So I could see it going there as being pretty profitable. Like somewhere in the south there, maybe. As for other countries, I'm not really sure, like, if Iraq would use yellow outside lines like this, to be honest. I guess we'll find out very soon, but... Okay, we got a biker here. I doubt he's going to help us much. I've got a pole in the distance. It's too far away to tell. Bollards here. Unique bollards. Where are these bollards from, is the question. What about him? What's he wearing? Not really helpful, I don't think. Okay, so... I'm going to go Southern Syria here. I think that's the best thing I can think of. See it? Wow. Western Sahara. Okay. Wow. Was not expecting that. Okay, well, what can you say? Yellow outside lines, Western Sahara. Okay. You learn a new thing every day. That's a poor score, unfortunately. Next one here. Feels like Central America. We're not going to get anything on that plate. It's the whole image is blurry here. Okay, and so are we driving left like it kind of looks like? I would say it's India, actually. At first, I wasn't thinking, ooh. No. Could it be Timor? East Timor? The thing that makes me think East Timor is this pole over here, which looks like the southern Indonesian poles. All of a sudden, despite the fact that this is a blurry image, I am feeling okay about that. But look at this. It feels like it's Sergio. That's like a South American name, maybe, or something. Sergio. Where would a person be called Sergio? Yeah, probably like Italy or something like that. I don't know. So I don't think East Timor has Italian heritage of any kind, though, or Italian colonial history. So, clear satellite dish. That would be similar to Southeast Asia. Hill in the background as well. I like it, bro. I have to say, I'm going straight off the poles here. This is Kodiak knowledge coming in clutch. We'll see if I'm right, though. And so, where does it get a bit drier? Maybe up here. Villa. Interesting. Why is it called that? Maybe there is some Italian something going on there. Oh, with the C on the hook at the end. Was it, maybe Sergio is it like a Portuguese heritage with the hooked C? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Or I'll find out in the comments, presumably, when someone knows. But, yeah. Okay, so also these deep ditches do make me think of Indonesia as well. So, I'm kind of feeling good. Let's see it. Nice. 49 kilometers away. Pole knowledge is really the best, bro. It really is. And so we're basically in the next big town. I'm happy with that. Okay, next one here, round 4. Okay, this should help here, surely. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so a bit of English though. Yellow rear plate. Immediately thinking of like Namibia here because of, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Windhoek from the pictures I've seen. So let's see if I'm right about that. Namibia. Yep, I knew that without the sign. That is very good. And so, I would say we're in the capital here. We could probably find, if we had a street name here, which we do. Oh, but it looks like it starts with a Kimst. I don't really know. It's too hard to see, to be honest. I would just be fooling myself, I think. But we can probably take an easy 5 or 4.9k here by going in Windhoek, because Windhoek is really like a sizable city, and then what really else is there? Not too much, unless we're like on one of these coastal ones or something. I doubt we are. It feels like kind of like inland in the same way that like Pretoria does, or Johannesburg. So I'm gonna go for it, and of course I was correct. I didn't really worry about being wrong there, and so we can almost get a 20k here, despite one bad guess. And Beach Cabana. Cabana, Dive Granada. Okay, we might be in Granada here. That would probably make sense to have a sign that says Dive Granada in Granada. Poles are painted white, like you'd often see in the Caribbean as well, so that's adding confidence. Yellow plate, interestingly, which is like glitched, so I wonder where that came from. And thongs. Okay, as we call them in Australia, I guess. Some foreign viewers would not. And so, Granada is... Was Granada here? Here it is. Okay, Granada I thought was further up here, but Granada is actually down here. And so, where do we want to go here? We have Beach Cabana. So, can we actually get the 5k here? I guess this was kind of a boring round because we actually had the name of the place. So, let's see if we can get the 5k. And so, that should be to our... Well, it seems like the ocean we see over here to our north. Okay, Beach Cabana. I think we could probably find this for the last round. Okay, Pathway Beach, blah, blah, blah. The beach is actually quite nicely labeled here, so I don't doubt that if we search a little longer here, we could get it. Okay, there's like a bunch of resorts there, so I might leave my guess there for the moment. And yeah, it's not coming to me actually, so looks like we might have to be satisfied with that. Surely over here there's more beaches. It's a very small country, Grenada. Population must be well below 1 million. We have a cricket ground as well. You know, the West Indies used to be like, so West Indies have their own team in cricket with all the West Indian countries here, and they used to be the best team in the world back in the 80s and into the 90s as well. So it's kind of interesting. They're not so good anymore, but yeah, I guess like it's a similar kind of effect where, you know, Usain Bolt just like really good sporting genetics over there. Anyway, I guess the compass was wrong, or I misread it, but it doesn't seem like it was properly, does not seem like it was properly labeled anyway. So, we went up with 19,000 there, and it would have been a spectacular score, because we had an easy Cyprus, we got the Namibia, we got the Grenada, and we got the East Timor. So, it would have been a really good score, had I known about Western Saharan bollards. So, you know, there we go. That was a fun video to film, guys. I know you guys always like these ones, so do smash a like on it, and I'll make more. And yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching to the end. See you guys in the video soon. Goodbye.